All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We will now bring you the semifinals. Sorry, some echo here. Semifinals. There's echo in he said. Yeah. There will be my producers on my left, and they are just sorting some stuff out. That's good, no worries. There's echo on my headset, so just worrying if it affects the stream. But no worries. So, yep, this is the Heroes of the Storm Southeast Asia Singapore qualifiers. I am Babel, and this is the semifinals. Finally got it on my throat. Semifinals here between Relics as well as team, or rather the Reunion. So the Reunion is a team that actually played in the Community Cup that we held back in March. They are, I think they were the 4th place, if I'm not wrong. They were the 4th place team, and they played quite well back then. So here we have them playing against Relics. Relics is the 3rd place team in the Community Cup. They did a bit of a roster change, and roster changes are very frequent, so that's fine. But yeah, both blue and red teams gonna bring themselves a lot of a good show here, and that's Relics on blue. And if I'm not wrong, it is going to be the Reunion on red. So they call themselves the Reunion because they were on hiatus in between March to now. They were busy with live and all, and they finally got a chance to play. The moment we announced BlizzCon, they said they are just going to try this out, and I'm really happy to have them here today. Thanks, guys, for taking part in this tournament. This is the Singapore Qualifiers. We got 4 legs today, or rather 4 legs of this entire circuit for this qualification phase for Singapore. And it will also apply for Philippines as well as Malaysia. So if you're viewers from that region, do check out the alternate streams, and that is actually twitch.tv/ethelites as well as Mineski TV. So this is actually 3 qualifiers happening at the same time. This is the main channel, and this is going to be covering Singapore. All right, so that's it. I think that the draft has started. I would hope to have the draft ID real soon so that I can go in and bring you guys the coverage. All right, here we go. The draft is on the screen. Relics on the left, the Reunion on the right. And it seems like we will have first pick going to Team Reunion. That means Relics decided for a map pick. That's Cursed Hollow. Now, they are both playing for qualification, the first team to qualify into the national finals. They will also be playing for a prize pool of $1,500 today. Singapore dollars, of course. That translates to about 1.2K USD for all of you guys who are in North America that's watching this right now. But yeah, map being picked by Relics, and that would be Cursed Hollow. The Reunion with the first ban of Lost Vikings. Relics with a ban of Sylvanas. So Specialists getting banned out already means that you have your very strong damage dealers alive here. So there we have first pick, Kilthas. No questions asked. Kilthas is very important. They have the first pick for Team Reunion, and they are able to get that. And for Relics on the flip side, they got 2 picks right now. They can decide what they want. It should be a damage dealer. I'm thinking Vala. I'm thinking also a support. Support's the next best important thing right now in this draft. They shouldn't be giving Jaina. They shouldn't be giving Sylvanas. Both of those are very strong and stable heroes. But nope, it's not either of that. It's actually Anubarak. That's fine. Anubarak is strong in Cursed Hollow because he has got the ability to push lanes out of Impel very nicely. And Anubarak also has got substantial damage coming from the Beetle build that I really like as well. So no questions asked here. Definitely a good pick. Kilthas on Team Reunion should be played by Shin, if I'm not wrong, but we'll see. They may actually go for Tyrande as well. It is actually going to be a Brightwing on Relics. So Brightwing, Anubarak, they have very good crowd control standards there. They're like high class and all. Brightwing has got the Emerald Wind. Anubarak has got those stuns, those Impale, and even the Burrow Charge as well. And I think I really like those skills. I really like Anubarak pick Rewind at level 20. It's like a dream for me. But I haven't seen that today. So most teams go for Local Swarm and Hardened Carapace or something like that. Hardened Shield. Yeah, Hardened Shield. So that's the one that helps them reduce damage at level 20. Great. That really helps Anubarak survive a lot longer as well. And I think the build also depends on Anubarak to survive, to just channel more builds out, and that's going to help him get more lifesteal from those beetles as well as from the Locust Swarm. But it is going to be an ETC for Team Reunion. ETC and Kilthas spells a lot of trouble for Relics if the Mosh Pit hits. If the Flame Strike follows up really nicely, it is wham bam, thank you ma'am. We got one more pick for Team Reunion. I'm expecting it to be a support. They need to pick the Uther. I think Uther is an automatic counter against Brightwing. Whoever Brightwing uses Polymorph, uses Clans. It's really irritating. It makes sure that your damage dealers stays alive in that team fight, doesn't get zoned out. Relics seems to be going for a little bit more of the standard. Well, it could be anything at this point in time. It could be a standard sustained draft with Bright Wing. It could also morph into a triple tank solo damage kind of a draft that I think the NA scene has been running a little bit. They could also be something a little bit different where they just go sustain with one extra healer and standard dual support, solo tank, dual damage dealer meta again. Anubarak has got damage, doesn't have the full-on tank ability. And Team Reunion already using the extra time. It is going to be Uther ETC kill Thaz. That is what I expect at least. Some substantial Divine Shield on the Mosh Pit. Not bad. ETC, not stoppable. And that is something that I think Relics needs to be very, very careful about. They do pick Vala and Johanna. Ladies and gentlemen, Johanna, the latest, newest kid on the block, is now in this game. Really like it. Just to let you guys know, we had an 8-month drought of no Warrior update since I think October last year with Anubarak's release. So Johanna is really a pleasant sight here for this game, and I really love that. Okay, maybe I'm saying that because I'm a little bit biased. I play Warrior a lot, but okay, I'm just kidding. I'm completely biased, right? Gonna just acknowledge that. So Team Reunion now can pick 2 different heroes. They can effectively go for a more AoE wombo combo kind of a lineup. I would say that Jaina is still up for grabs. Jaina is great. Jaina Rhaegar would be alright. But the problem with Jaina Rhaegar is that you have only one guy to set up. If it flops, it flops. Rhaegar is not necessarily very strong in healing. Well, it's going to be Muradin, so that's fine. So it's actually going to be dual tank from Team Reunion, and that means that both of them will have substantial stun. It could be a 3-man rotation squad coming into Cursed Hollow, which works quite well. No Lost Vikings for Relics means that they will not be able to soak lane, and soaking lane is very important in this map. Generally, Relics really love to play specialists. They are one of those teams that's got one of the most solid specialists in the entire Southeast Asian scene right now. So the last pick here, it could effectively be a damage dealer. I'm expecting it to be, please be a damage dealer because they don't have enough damage. Kill fast by himself, yes, he can, but you really want to make sure that you either give him a very good area to keep spamming Flame Strike. That's where you have Muradin ETC. But nope, it's actually going to be Zagara. Zagara is good for this game because you have substantial lanes to push. You got great crowd control from Devouring Maw, and Kilthas can follow it up really nicely. ETC as well. And it is going to be Asmodan. Wow, Asmodan! The granddad Asmodunk is back into this game here. So Asmodan, Johanna, Vala, Brightwing, Anubarak. It is a very interesting draft right now. I think the dual tank, maybe 1.5 damage, and Brightwing is okay. Yeah, it should be fine. Asmodan means that they are really just going to soak this lane up. And Cursed Hollow means that if you get your enemy team cursed, you can farm the damage on Asmodan very, very fast. That's something I like to see. So let's go through the map. This is Cursed Hollow, and I hope to show you guys what's effectively for all of these new players here. The game just launched this last week, and we just went into open beta about 2 weeks ago, so we got a huge influx of new players, and I think it's great that we just go through the map as well. So here we go, the map, Cursed Hollow, Relics versus Team Reunion. And Cursed Hollow is a map that it's in fact the biggest map we have in Heroes of the Storm. It has got 3 lanes, a total of 2 boss camps, 2 siege camp placed in the same lane, correct same lane as the boss camps that can be used to defend against the bosses, as well as 2 bruiser camp that will push the mid lane. What's really interesting about this map is that they have got a lot of pockets, a lot of areas. You see this area on the in the center part of the top half of this map. You have those stones in weird positions there. That's actually where the tribute will spawn. And there's a total of 6 sites to spawn tribute in this map. 3 on each side, top as well as bottom. And effectively, it's also split left and right. 3 on each side, 3 slightly towards the left, 3 slightly towards the right. There's also a lot of crooks and crannies and choke points in this map, which makes it fantastic for heroes like Vala with Reign of Vengeance, for heroes like Asmodan with the Globe of Annihilation, in fact, that could really just do a lot of damage when your enemies are just being packed in an area. So the game just started. They're just loading up the screen right now. And effectively, I think Cursed Hollow has been one of the most consistent, competitive maps so far in this entire map pool that we have. 7 maps so far. And also a bit of a rundown on the rules. We actually allow the teams to decide the map pool pick. It is a map pick or first pick. There is no map bans. So the team that wins the coin toss will decide map pick first or first pick. Going into game, the semifinals between Relics as well as Team Reunion. On the blue team, we got Relics. And it is Trinity on the Vala. Z is playing as the Brightwing. Revenant onto the Anubarak. Mur playing as Johanna. Reliza onto the Esmodan. And on the red team this time around, we got Team Reunion Sheen playing as the ETC. Kilthas being played by Ikaminiko. Alright, CWJT onto the Uther. And Zagara being played by Giant last but not least, we also got KWJK onto the Meridian. By the way, that's the cousin that we have here. KWJK as well as CWJT. We just have some extra X's in front and behind, that's fine. So the game's being paused. They're going to take some time to strategize this. This is very important. They're playing for $500 guaranteed, as well as a spot in the national finals. So, again, back to the draft here. Just really interesting to see how Relic's going to pull this off. The draft doesn't seem very, very scary. They don't have much damage, I give you that. But if you look at Esmodan, this is potentially one of those maps that he can excel very well if he gets the curse going for his team. Whereas for the red team, we got Team Reunion. Team Reunion for them is actually very simple. They got a lot of damage. They got Killfast, they got Zagara, they got a lot of crowd control. They want to clash. Most of the early game tributes should be going towards the red team. I think they've actually got a fairly good chance to win this. They just need to know who to focus on. And the answer is very simple. It's the Vala. The moment the Vala goes down, the red team gets a lot of extra advantage because the blue team doesn't have much damage. Esmodan has got 10 seconds cooldown on his Globe of Annihilation. That's too long. Brightwing has got quite a fair bit of CC but no damage. Even Johanna, even in the instant, Johanna doesn't have much anything. She's got Condemn, she's got Punish, she's got Shield Glare. That's about it. It doesn't have anything special. Falling Sword is one of the more popular picks right now as compared to the others. Seems like we got some disconnection for Giant Axe, and I think it should be fine. Let's check the ping. Yep, it's actually at the SG server, so no questions there. Relics of the Past used to have a pretty good run in the Community Cup. Okay, so we're gonna continue pausing the game. He is gonna rejoin. There is a technical problem, and no worries. Let's just look into Revenant. Why did you do that anyway? Let's just look into the map objectives here. We got. I actually can control this here. So we got the curse spawning, or rather the tribute spawning here and here. So this is the one that's directly symmetrically down south. And this is the one that's going to spawn the other one as well. So this is where you have a lot of choke points. Look at this. This is like an extra area, the grass patch that helps you conceal. And this is where you can choke them quite a fair bit as well. For the top lane, you have also similarly a lot of choke points. And I really like this map because you got so many choke points that really tests the team's positioning. As they always say, Heroes of the Storm is a team game, right? It's a team game. You want to make sure that you can stay in the right area, communicate, great positioning, wins most of these team fights. But yeah, I am expecting a Divine Shield, by the way, on Uther, not expecting Divine Stuff. For all of you guys, what that means is that a Divine Shield is effectively invulnerability. It came from the lore for Warcraft 3 for Uther, right? And that's where it's really interesting to see. Yeah, so let's look at the talents meanwhile while they're waiting to reconnect. We got Conjures up on Uther, that's pretty standard, and it should be Reverberation. Yes, it is on Muradin, as well as Mana Addict on Kilthas, and we also got some very interesting Corpse Feeders. Now, this is where you're gonna this is where you know that this Zagara means business. She effectively should be pushing the lanes quite a fair bit, and Rolling Like a Stone is where you have the range of power slide increased by a little bit. Well, generally for me, I like the ETC with a lot of face melt. A lot of face melt composition rather than the power slide, because I think the face melt is a lot more important. It is where you have good utilities going forward, and that's where it does some damage, knocks them back. If you get the extra amp going, it's really good as well. For the blue team, we got the extended spikes, which is the max range of Impale going up. So this is actually utility for Revenant. It's not really the build. It could be a hybrid, a fusion. We'll see. Taste for Blood is standard. Some say that if you click the wrong talent as Modan, you are done. The game is over. And it's very true. Taste for Blood is the must-take talent for Asmodan in this particular meta right here. Reinforce being used as well. That is really going to help with blocking. Generally, Johanna doesn't really need to go Reinforce. She can also go for the Health Globe, increasing the extra regeneration rate and going into the extra amplified healing that helps her a lot in the late game. She would be able to survive more. Scouting drone is standard for this, also pretty okay. This is a big map. You know, Vision always win team fights. Multi-shot being picked up here as well for Vala. That's okay. So Giant X is just reconnecting right now. He's having some technical difficulties, which is why I'm being forced to talk so much. But yeah. Alright, so again, playing for qualification, very important. If they do win this, they have $500 guaranteed. Relics wants this so bad. For the reunion, I think that they have a fair chance. Just to be fair, they have a fair chance. For the other side of brackets, we got Hot's Matt versus Look of Flower. Now that is the most interesting one because I think that both of that would be a nice pick. Let's bring up the brackets right now. We have some time here before he comes back. The server should be slightly ahead. So the brackets coming out, and we got LAF Matt on the top side, Relics TR down south. And yeah, this is semifinals, single elimination. And it's good to see that, at least. All the best to whichever team that's competing right now. We're also, by the way, going to bring you coverage for both semifinals so you don't miss a single action of the qualifying process between the teams that is playing in the semifinals right now. The Relics versus Team Reunion. By the way, Relics, the team name came from Relics of the Past, ROTP. It's because they actually decided to go with the abbreviation R right now. Relics of the Past, it's because they're all just a bunch of has-beens and oldies. And they said it themselves. They're kind of old already. They compete a lot. Revenant used to play in StarCraft 2. So for all of you guys who follow the StarCraft 2 SEA scene, you will know the Revenant's one of the top players in SEA itself. Southeast Asia, that is. Trinity came from Heroes of Newerth. Mur came from Dota, if I'm not wrong. And yeah. So I'm good to go. Waiting for the teams to just resume the game right now. This is a live game. I'm trying my best to not, make calls about things that is a little bit too obvious, and we'll see how that works out here. All right. Stream is still fine, and yeah. We're good to go. All right, so game has resumed right now. And the Raid team apologizing. Great mannerisms coming from them. I heard that when they were a separate team back then in the community account, they were screaming a lot. They were screaming a lot of vulgarity. So we told them explicitly, for every single vulgarity they scream today, they're going to get fined. So it's a very interesting approach we have here. So for all of you guys that's in Singapore, do come down to Alienware Arena. The finals is going to be at about 7 p.m. Might be slightly earlier. We're still very far ahead in schedule today. And that's where we are all at, the Alienware Arena at Lucky Chinatown. Shout out to sponsors, Alienware, Intel, peripheral sponsor, Razer, as well as Streaming Partner XSplit for making this happen. So it's going to be two ways, a three-man top lane for both teams here. And it is pretty interesting because Giant X has got those Hunter Killers going out on Reliza, and Reliza is just dropping a little bit here. And the Specialist taking a bit of a beating, it's pretty standard, but they have got two healers as well, so this is where most of the fight's going to happen for the next part, at least. Trinity getting some bombs coming from the sky from Zagara, not really what he wants to receive. Revenant, meanwhile, in the mid lane, getting boxed up by Shin, Impale connecting, extra range as well. Bottom lane seems pretty fine. Mur is just holding the front against Caleb and JK. So it is actually going to be the tanks doing their own thing, and the rest of the classes at the top lane doing their best, whatever they can. It's a very close, very tight, very narrow canal right here, or owl. There is not much space for navigation. If you look at the original area, it's only so small. There's nothing much they could really do. Also see some multi-shot coming out. This is a multi-shot Vala. I'm expecting some good performance from Trinity today. Unfortunately, the Globe of Annihilation not connecting today. That's it. Most of this damage. I'm actually rooting for the blue team to be in favor for this part of this fight because they have a lot of AoE that the red team doesn't have. Like you can see that the Pixie Dust goes down, the Globe of Annihilation as well. It's interesting to realize it's not really farming up on this minions just yet, and that's what looks like a little bit different. Raven is pushing on the lane really well in the mid lane. The Bill's doing whatever they can, and it seems like he's still going for a bit of a hybrid build, and that would be the beetles as well as spawning beetles every now and then, plus the increased range on Impale, which is good. Well, Smodan's actually going to help use the bound minion that actually increases the minion's damage by 100%, and it's held by 300% for 30 seconds. That's actually really push intensive for Smodan. Normally people will go for getting a little bit of extra heal using the Macho Sin, I think, which is fine. Actually, Macho Sin is a talent. What's that skill called? Let's check that out. Yeah, All Shall Burn. Alright, Mur goes in. Great Condemn, Punish Beings as well. And on the flip side, now some shield coming for Giant X. He may just take the fall. KWJK with a great Dwarf Toss will stay safe. Blue team is in position for a team fight right now. Red team soaking with ETC actually not staying in the lane anymore. Trinity now also going to channel up the Tribute. Some denies happening here for that. And Realizer just again farming a little bit. And a great Condemn, but it seems like Johanna's going down. And the first kill will be the newest hero in this game. KWJK now channeling up the Tribute. And Shin just boxing them out really well. CWJT without much of a help, or mana even. And KWJK going to get disturbed by Realizer's very own Globe of Annihilation. That's where you know that this team has planned this. They have a lot of skills that can help disjoin the channel on the Tribute, such as Multi-Shot, Globe of Annihilation, Z's with the Pixie Dust as well, and a lot of extra damage coming in. So level 6 on the blue team, 6 soon on the red as well, so 6 bona fight on both sides, in fact. We got Revenant pushing the bottom lane. The tower effectively may just look to go down. And Revenant is doing a great job pushing a lot of pressure already up on the red team side here. The top lane losing both towers so quickly is the main reason why they are hit. And a great 3-pointer coming from Reliza. What a chuck there of damage onto the Killthas. Killthas actually taking the fall pretty easily in that instance. And Johanna being played by Mur. I actually am a little bit confused. Is it actually Johanna or Johanna? Well, it could be either French or maybe just a little bit of English, man. We don't know how that's going to work out. So let's check in on the talent trend as we speak. Bit of Bob's really good. It is a hybrid under Barak here, and that's pretty fine. Kill Objective buying some time. Mur is there, Ziggs is there. Trinity should actually nicely channel this one out. Actually, a good strategy is to get tributes that spawn on your side of the map, which includes the one that's like here, and give up tributes that are not on your side of the map like this one here. So that's the main difference there. Clans on Uther, by the way, as well as Battle Momentum up on Muradin. That's actually very interesting. Picking Battle Momentum. This is a Thunderclap built onto the Mountain King again. And you're also going to see Living Bomb Explosion increase some damage by Killthas. Rapid Incubation is going to help Zagara with some split push. I think it really is useful. And it is also going to be a Face Melt hybrid build with a bit of extra range and power slide, so that's fine. And on the red team, Esmodan realizes Esmodan decides to go for Inferno Globe as well. That's a must-have. Aikamini Hiko will also be able to land a Gravity Lapse as well. And Battle Momentum on Johanna and Clans as well. So there's a lot of clans going on in this game. Searing attacks and a multi-shot, that's pretty standard stuff on the blue team. So far so good, nothing special just yet. Only 1 kills each side and pretty justified. Mur is pushing the mid lane. Shin is there to just defend it really well. Condemn being used, punish as well. Shin goes in with the power slide, not able to get a great positioning off. Unfortunately, will pull back. Level 10 soon for the blue team. They've been soaking the lanes a little bit better than red. And Relics may just get the first level 10 here. Yep, they do get it. And meanwhile, down south, KWJK, nice side stab away from the bit of Bubs and the Impel. KWJK actually going to just go in with the Thunderclap. And the team actually not going down just yet. They're doing a split push. Relics is just renowned for this here. They're good at just operating as 5-man all across the full capacity of this map. They know that they can take split push strategy. They know that they have pushed down the fort. Rather the towers there, and they can also go for the fort if they want to. So both teams playing very safe here. I mean, if it's a single elimination, you really don't want to make mistakes. Some stunts coming from CWJT. There's still the vault on the Vala though. And Kilthas also in that area, Janix as well. And Shin just defending and soaking the mid lane. We also got bottom lane, KWJK defending against the Anubarak. And I think Anubarak actually has got a little bit of extra advantage going forward. KWJK should pop the second win here. It doesn't have the talent to make it the third win, but that's fine. By the way, the second win is a trait for Muradin. It really helps Muradin to regenerate his health a lot faster. It is only what we call an out of combat regeneration. So he needs to be out of combat. He can be doing damage, but if he receives damage, it gets cancelled. So if you look at the heroics here, we got Lucaswan, Blackpool, Blast Shield, Blink Heal, and Rain of Vengeance. So I was talking about Falling Sword and Blast Shield, and it seems like Team Relics would go for Blast Shield instead as compared to the Falling Sword. Blast Shield is not really damagey, it's just more CC. Condemn only on Shin, Punish missing a little bit. And also going to see the Infested Drop coming out from Giant X. Mur in that area, KWJK channeling out really well. The Impel will connect nicely because of the increased range there. KWJK are still opting to channel it up. And also going to see Giant X taking some damage from the Pixie Dust. Sheen is boxing them out a little bit. And KWJK gets it. And Devouring Maw too. And Sheen goes in. But the Mosh Pit gets cancelled a little bit too fast there. Unfortunately, only one man down. That's the Vala. And you can see that the moment Vala goes down, the whole team is in a great position to take the team fight. Meanwhile, I'd like to point out that Esmodan didn't join the team fight. Was actually pushing the top lane and farming a lot of extra Global Annihilation. Let's check in on the charges right there. It's 106 at just 8 minutes. So that's pretty standard. It's not really impressive. I think that's because there were 3 members up at the top lane up against Relizer. He's not able to farm as much as he wanted to for this damage. Mur now at the mid lane, just tagging really well with Revenant. And also going to see some bit of buffs coming out as well as the Impel. And you're going to see the Shield Glare blinding them. They take down the fort. KWJK is not able to do anything. Sheen also going to try to run away. Here comes the Phoenix. A little bit of a wasted effort there. Sheen not able to do anything. Janix from behind. Janix out of position. Very important. Able to beam by JT comes from behind. And the Divine Shield being used. Janix should have turned around and take the team fight right there, right then. But he wasn't able to do that. And in fact decided to just up and back away. Great Divine Shield from the Uther. Making sure that he's able to save the teammate. 2 triple count each side. The third one spawning effectively. Somebody's going to get cursed real bad, but we don't know who just yet. Trinity, Z's, Mur, Relizer all on top here on the top of this map. The KWJK spots them out as Muradin. Giant X not able to do anything right now. Mur boxing them out. That's just the effect there. Shin goes in. No Mosh Pit just yet. It's all on cooldown. Rain of Vengeance connects on 2. And now ETC is in a little trouble. We may just have some Boston Steakhouse again. And it's going to be Prime Rip from the Great Old Boston. CWJT now pulling back. And Pixie Dust being used by 3 men down on the red team. Level 13 on the blue team. They are in a very good position to just capitalize on the boss. The push right now. You have also the bottom lane pushed out so much because of the General of Hell being used by Asmodan. It's the main reason why this lane has been pushed out so much, while the rest of the team is just defending, going for team fight. The whole lane is being pushed out a lot. 2 kills against 4. Blue team way ahead as compared to the red. They are 1 talent ahead. Now red team just nicely went up to 5 talents. And I think that they should be able to hold the front on this mid lane here. But I'm not so sure if it's actually going to work. Phoenix being used. It has one of the shortest cooldown in this game, so it's actually pretty spammable for heroic talent. Mur goes in. Condemn being used. Punish also coming out already. Zay's a bit of a blink kill going down as well. Sheen goes in looking for the Mosh Pit. Not going to get it off. That's it. Going to pull back. And here comes the Condemn again. CWJT with a bit of the slow going in. Global Annihilation. That's what the team wants. Revenant goes in for the stun. And Devouring Maw only on 1. Revenant not able to do anything. Condemn again on 2 right now. Giant X dropping. Great face melt, pushing the team back, and that's it. It is Revenant that goes down, and a 3-pointer from Reliza picks off the kill on Zagara. Most of everyone on the red team is down to below 50% health. No idea what Sheen was doing right there. Just jumping in, trying to pull off the big Mosh Pit. They have Kiltha still, so they can still do some damage. Unfortunately, it just wasn't going to work. He doesn't have the Divine Shield up. The boss pushing the top lane. The fort goes down on both the top and mid. It is a big win for Relics here. They are preparing the replay meanwhile, and we will just check and see if we can talk a little bit more about talents. You will see they have got 3 Blood for Blood on Relics of the Past here. It is on Anubarak, Asmodan, as well as on Vala, so that makes them very bursty. And effectively, I think that the Divine Shield really needs to be on Shin to make sure that the Mosh Pit is good. Of course, Shin's positioning could have been a little bit better, but I think he did a great job so far. Let's check in the replay right now. So this is what happened. Let's see. KWJK there with the Phoenix. Now, using the Phoenix a little bit earlier was a bit of a waste, I think. But it bought him some time. Great condemned by Mur. And you can see the Global Annihilation. I think he tossed out a total of 4. And that's a big problem. Shin was going in. He didn't want to Mosh Pit Yuana, which is the correct choice there. And you can also see the Blast Shield stunning 3 members. Some slow going down. And Global Annihilation again coming out. And there goes the Divine Shield onto Zagara, which is not really needed in that instance. KWJK goes in, picks up the kill on Revenant, which is fantastic, but the whole team is just a little bit too far behind. Hiko should have been with him to deal those damage there. Not able to do anything, but here comes all to the Phoenix. And second Phoenix, Shin goes in, just disintegrated quickly. No shield being used on him, no heals as well. It's a bit of a waste there, and that would be it for the fight. So now back to real time. It seems like they're fighting around this boss camp area, and it's so close. KWJK is inside. Shin goes in. No mosh pit just yet. I think it is just 9 seconds getting denied. Divine Shield up already, but still no mosh pit. Devouring Maw being used. Mosh pit. 1 second. Shin, he is going down. He dies. No mosh pit. And Reliza also with a big Global Annihilation picks up the kill. It is a team wipe. 5-man goes down. Relics come up on top. Great cancellation on the mosh pit for the first try. It is so close, but still not enough support for Shin right there. 5-man, they are going for core. 14 minutes, the game may just end right here. 20 seconds before the whole team respawns. We'll hold the replay until the game ends. It could be a game-ending position. 40%, and game 1 will go to Relics of the Past. What a game it has been. A complete steamroll on the up part. 3 levels advantage, and it is a crazy play. The whole team on Team Reunion did their best. They're just not able to set up the wombo combo that they needed. Let's look at the replay right now. This is what happened. You see Shin goes in. He was channeling Mosh Pit, got cancelled quickly by Revenant. And Devouring Maw set up really well here. But Mur with the condemn, 5-man in, rooted. And you can see that it is Reliza's damage that really proved to be too much for them to deal with. He's got the Black Pool. He was channeling up the All Shall Burn as well as even the extra bit of the Global Annihilation. Let's check in on the damage chart here. And as you can see, this is one hell of a chart. It is crazy. Asmodan, 25,000 damage, 33k on the Vala. Given the fact it's only 14 minutes, I think this is definitely a good Vala here. And personally, I think Reliza did most of the heavy lifting for this game. He didn't even die. He had 11 takedowns. 86,000 siege damage. The correct talent, the General of Hell, helped to push. Of course, it's the whole team working together, making sure that at least they have the split push mechanic, and that's what really worked for them. They were able to focus down the bottom lane with just General Hell and just a lot of push and pressure, and meanwhile the whole team was always at the top lane. And this is one interesting strategy coming up from Relics of the Past. That's it. We're going for a short break, and we'll be bringing you Game 2 real soon. If you enjoyed this cast, do follow me at facebook.com/BabelCast, as well as do follow this channel. This is, by the way, the official channel for Heroes of the Storm Southeast Asia Championship, where the grand finals will be broadcasted, the national finals as well, and every single qualifier in Singapore. The qualifiers for Malaysia and Philippines and Thailand will be broadcasted in their individual channels, and you can follow us on Facebook to know which channels those are. That's it. Really appreciate you guys watching this channel today, and hope you guys enjoy yourself. We'll be back with Game 2 real soon. See you guys. Don't go anywhere.